Hello, so my name is Gabriella. I will be introducing our group's topic that we will be discussing over today. So we will be talking about heart disease. So the term heart disease can be used to describe a variety of different ways that the heart structure and the state of its condition can be affected. So there is different types of heart disease. However, in particular, we are going to be discussing about coronary heart disease. So coronary heart disease is regarding our coronary arteries, and our coronary arteries is what allows the flow of oxygen-rich blood into the heart, which then gets dispersed throughout the body. And so coronary heart disease occurs when there is buildup of plaque on the artery walls. And so this buildup of plaque either limits or it can completely block off the amount of flow into the heart. And so a healthy artery would look like this one straight at the top. There's complete flow, there's no blockage. This would be a small blockage, and this one would be near complete blockage of blood flow that's being directed into the heart. This can also be seen in this image right here. Blood flow is being allowed fully in this image right here, and in this one it's like nearly half that's being directed in. And so the process of this buildup is referred to as atherosclerosis, and the plaque consists of waste materials and cholesterol.
Hi, my name is Christy Kimbrough, and today I'll be talking about the signs and symptoms of coronary heart disease. As your coronary arteries narrow, they are unable to supply your heart with enough oxygen. This can occur when there's an increase in your heart rate, such as during exercise. At first, you may not experience any symptoms, but as plaque continues to build, you may start to show the signs and symptoms of coronary heart disease. And some of those symptoms can be tightness in your chest or chest pain, shortness of breath, or even a heart attack. Now with chest pain, you'll experience that tightness in your chest or maybe even pressure in your chest. This can occur in the middle of your chest or even towards the left side of your chest. And this is usually brought on by physical or emotional stress. With shortness of breath, your heart cannot pump enough blood to meet your body's needs. So you'll experience that shortness of breath or maybe even fatigue. And lastly, with a heart attack, which is one of the major signs of coronary heart disease, you begin to experience pressure in your chest or even your shoulder or your arm. And sometimes you'll have shortness of breath and you'll experience sweating. However, sometimes a heart attack can go without any signs or symptoms. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you definitely want to get checked out for possibly coronary heart disease. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Kaylin Garcia, and I'll be discussing the causes of coronary heart disease. As previously mentioned, the buildup of plaque can lead to the development of a more narrow artery wall. This generally causes the decrease of blood flow to major organs such as the heart and the brain. Plaque contains fat, calcium, cholesterol, and other substances found in blood. Individuals with high cholesterol are at risk for having heart disease, as having more cholesterol means more plaque, which means a greater chance at stopping the blood flow to the heart. The process of the plaque building up is called atherosclerosis. Not only does high cholesterol damage the inner wall of the arteries, but so does high blood pressure and the chemical found in smoking tobacco. Apart from the buildup blocking the blood flow, if the fat were to continue to build up and eventually rupture, then this would lead to a blood clot, which would also lead to either a stroke or a heart attack. 1 in 3 Americans currently suffer from high cholesterol, which is really unfortunate because there are no signs or symptoms of having high cholesterol, which is why doctors suggest getting checked up regularly to make sure everything is okay. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ariana Mendoza, and I will be going over the demographics of coronary heart disease in the United States. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, heart disease and stroke are the leading cause of death among all ethnic groups in the U.S. The groups studied in this particular case were Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans or Alaskan Natives, and Asians. According to the table shown here, The ethnic group with the highest percentage of deaths caused per year by coronary heart disease was whites, with a percentage of 23.7. The ethnic group with the lowest percentage was American Indians or Alaska Natives at a percent of 18.3. With all of these statistics, it's very important to take into account the population and the culture. In different cultures, there are different diets that may be more carb-based, more protein-based, or more plant-based. All of these diets can have to do with coronary heart disease within each ethnic group. Also shown on the table, we can see that every single male population is a lot higher than the female population. By that, I mean the percentage of deaths caused per year is a lot higher for men than it is for women. And this is simply due to the fact that coronary heart disease presents itself in men at around age 45, when it usually presents itself in females at around 55. So there's a 10-year difference, and there's 10 years more for males to develop this disease. When dealing with socioeconomic status, all socioeconomic levels are at risk, but there are other levels that are going to be at a higher risk than others. For example, the lower socioeconomic status is typically associated with chronic stress that can lead to heart problems. So maintaining and managing stress is very important. Another reason that the lower socioeconomic status is associated with coronary heart disease more is sometimes lower statuses do not have a lot of access to education on diet, nutrition, or the importance of exercising and eating the proper foods to prevent these types of diseases. This is why lower socioeconomic classes are at a higher risk of coronary heart disease than those of higher statuses. Thank you so much for staying with me through my presentation. Thank you.
Mackenzie Rowe, and I'll be talking about treatments for coronary disease. Treatments for this disease include self-care, medication, and medical procedure and surgery. The most basic form of treatment is self-care. The practices for this treatment include losing weight, quitting smoking, physical exercise for 20 to 30 minutes a day to improve cardiovascular health, and maintaining a low-fat diet to also improve cardiovascular health. The next treatment is medication. Statin is a medication that decreases the liver's production of harmful cholesterol. The next medication is an anticoagulant or a blood thinner. It thins the blood, prevents heavy clotting. The next is a beta blocker. This slows heart rate and decreases blood pressure. Anti-angiogenital helps reduce chest pain caused by blockages in arteries of the heart. And lastly, a calcium channel blocker. This relaxes the blood vessels. Medical procedures for this disease include coronary stent, which is a tube that they put into the arteries to keep them open. And a coronary angioplasty, is where an artery is unblocked by inflating a balloon inside of it. The last treatment is surgery. It's a coronary artery bypass surgery. This surgery restores blood flow to the heart by using a healthy artery or vein to bypass a blocked artery.